I'm Jolly.
And I'm Samantha.
And this is Too Weird. Today we're going to talk about relationships. But this is a different take on relationships. This is about the Stalker Dater.
The Stalker
Dater. Everyone has met that one person who is a clingy dater. So basically, it's someone that you go out like once or twice with, and suddenly they're like, what are you doing? What are you up to? What's going on? 24/7. And you're like, okay, back the fuck up. We went on one date, chill out, we can still talk, just relax. And you try to put distance between you, but they're like, never. So yes, everyone's had one of those.
Yes.
And we've all tried our best to let them go or move along. Doesn't always work out.
More recently than others.
That's for real. Most the same. But we've all had it. So we're just gonna give you a quick breakdown on what you should do. First off, if you feel like your relationship is in any way like a part-time job and you're not that serious yet, fuck it, cut it off. Like just cut it off completely. Just like zombie bitten limb. Or,
like World War Z that?
That's right.
Cut off the infection before it spreads too far.
That's right. Cut it off from the start. Because if you're feeling like it's a part-time job, it's probably not a relationship anymore. You're just clocking in. So that's my first piece of advice right there. If it feels like a job, it is a job.
If you've mentioned something along the lines of, I feel like I've been clocking into my job, you probably just need to
clock out
cut it off,
and not ever come back.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, everyone has to put work into a relationship, but if you're like literally feeling like, man, I have basically said my schedule is full, but this person is calling me and texting me and trying to force some part of my schedule open or try to force some kind of interaction in our schedules, you need to let it the fuck go. You need to be like, nah, this needs to stop.
If you have a closed schedule and somehow your partner has managed to wiggle in 5 hours of that day anyways, it's probably a good sign.
Well, I'm just saying, if you're kind of like, oh, I'm going to go have lunch at Panera, and they're like, oh, cool, I'll meet you there, and you're like, it wasn't an invite, I'm just picking shit up and going home. That's kind of like, you're cutting it close. You're kind of getting to a point where it's like, okay, wait, how long have we been hanging out now? Not long enough? Okay, bye.
Okay.
Bye. Just wave it off. Be like, oh, because it's not worth it. It's just not worth it. Don't do it. Don't fucking do it. Run away. Don't turn back. Sorry, not sorry, that shit. Nah. Say goodbye. I'm just saying, say goodbye. But yeah, there's also the other kind of person who kind of stalks you online. Like, everyone, I think, does the semi-stalkery thing, like looking people up online and everything.
Well, really, to a certain extent, you should stalk. Like, do your research for people for online dating. Like, if they have their whole name on their profile, maybe check it out on Facebook or Instagram.
Even new people you've met. Even new people you've met, you should still kind of Facebook stalk.
You want to make sure you're not getting catfished or lied to, like
that's right,
or whatever.
But there are limitations, okay? Don't go friending their friends. Don't go trying to, like, talk to their parents. Don't go trying to be like, if you're just friends, don't try to friend their significant other out of nowhere. And if you're trying to date, don't just start friending all their friends and the people they know. That's fucking creepy. Fucking creepy. If you're the stalker, cut that shit out. If you're the one being stalked, cut that shit out. Yeah. Basically, either way, you have to put an end to it. I mean, it's not worth the struggle.
Side note, you can block them if you feel like they're starting to become an issue.
Let your friends know.
Side note, if you tend to date technologically inclined people,
they'll find a way.
They'll find a way, such as hacking your email. That's also happened to me.
Well, that's why you have to tell your friends. And I say this again. Tell your friends, tell your family. Explain to them that if anyone happens to come up to them or text them and say, oh, I'm an old friend of whoever's and tries to get your information, you should be like, okay, well, I'll ask that person before giving it to them. People I know have had this happen to them where someone says they know me or they know someone I know and they try to get information out of me or out of somebody else. And it's like, if you don't have my number, there's a fucking reason for that, and it's not because we're tight.
Yeah.
It's just not because we're cool.
Yeah, you should never just pass out your friend's number to somebody else. So I would never just take Jolly's number and I'd be like, what? You don't have her number?
Hey,
of course. Like, no big deal.
Same here. I'm not that kind of person, and are so many things wrong with that to begin with, because you can find so much information from just a phone number nowadays that it's like a bad thing to do. But yeah, so for the most part, you should just be clear on what kind of relationship you're pursuing. And the reason that, you know, we felt the need to talk about the Stalker Dater is because social media makes it so freaking easy to be a creep. To just be a freaking creep. I mean, it makes it easy to find people on like all social media platforms and get crazy. And you know, for the most part, we've had our share of like stories about people who just take it so freaking far. For Sam, it was the 40-hour week guy. Mm-hmm. And well, for me, it's been people who like I was like really close friends with until they started friending all my friends, and I'm like, you don't know them, why are you trying to friend them? So you know, we've all had those moments where like you need to take a step back and rethink that situation. You know, for me, it's always been a matter of like just my personal safety and my kids and everything. So a lot of times, you know, before I was ever a mom, before I was married and whatever, it was more just kind of like about my personal safety and just basically the safety of people I know, because I really don't want people in my business like that, you know. Mm-hmm. And now it's more like it extends to my kids, my family, and whatever. For Sam, I can tell it's more like her personal safety right now, because obviously she's single. Hey, hi. Just saying, hey. But yeah.
Please don't stop me following this video.
I was gonna say, follow us on our YouTube and our Facebook, but don't get crazy.
On our
don't
group
get crazy, people.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Too weird, IRL.
That's right. That's right. Look us
Watch
up.
yourself.
But yeah, if you're getting to the point where you're so obsessed with somebody that you're literally like 24/7, you're sending them messages. If you feel the need to message me at 3 in the morning, we better be damn good friends. I'm just saying. There is no other reason why you should be sending me fucking messages at 3 in the damn morning. There should be no reason why you're waking up to go to work with me when it's kind of like we're not friends like that. So basically, if someone's sending you messages and you're like, oh shit, I just got up for work, and you're just kind of like, we started talking yesterday, that's fucking weird. I'm just saying. I think it's like, cut it off at the root.
I think messages, though, my opinion is that you can send a message whenever. So different people are on different work schedules. So maybe they get off work early in the morning or whatever, and they just shoot you a message. As long as they're not calling you at that hour, I think it's fine. Because text messages or whatever, you're going to get them, you know, whenever you have time. It's kind of a take it on your own thing. Especially if initially during the conversations you kind of talked about it and having kind of weird hours, and that's something that's known. But
I can appreciate that, but again, I'm like, if it's not an emergency, don't fucking text me at 3 in the morning.
I'm going to text her at 3 in the morning.
And yeah, and I'm going to show up at her house, and I'm going to be like that one really, really creepy Bitmoji, where I'm just going to tuck her in. Just stand over her bed and tuck her in, and then watch
Which
her.
doesn't really
and
work
I'll be
for
like
me,
the Stalker
'cause
Dater without dating anybody.
No.
I'm going to be creepy.
But yeah, the note about cyber technology or whatever, since we are in that age where everything's kind of easily accessible, when you meet somebody online, whether it's for dating purposes or friend purposes, my personal advice to you is become friends with them on Snapchat. If they say they don't have Snapchat,
they can download that shit.
It's free. Because that's going to
help verify.
Like, they can send you pictures via text all day, like just taking it off people's profiles. But Snapchat, they have to actually physically take that. And so I feel like that's a good way to...
And it shows you if they share from their memories or something else.
Yeah. So when they send you a picture on Snapchat, for those that aren't familiar, hopefully you all are, it normally comes on the chat section as opposed to the red square picture, like they took it then and sent it then section. If they're sending you messages only during the chat or only through text, there's probably something really shady going on, because it only takes 5 seconds to send, you know?
It's like a facial verification type situation, okay?
Well, you want to make sure that, A, you can identify the person that you're talking to, for if cyber stalking sort of shit does get really crazy, you want to be able to know that you can identify that person appropriately, and that you can describe them to your friends if you decide to meet up with this person later on, just for your own safety, kind of have that kind of backup. I mean...
Yeah. You really don't want to be caught, you know, like just unaware. Mm-hmm. Just literally, you don't want to be caught in a situation where you are unaware of what precautions you need to take or what precautions should have been taken. So at that point, if you're meeting with someone, people should know what they look like. People should know a little bit about them. And the reason for that being, like, especially if you're on your own, you want people to kind of be waiting on you to say, hey, where the hell's Sam?
Right.
You know, you don't really want people to kind of go, oh, yeah, Sam left 3 weeks ago and never came back. And that's, like, just normal, you know? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. That's not the kind of relationship you want. That's not the kind of start you want. But yes. So, just to reiterate, our top tips are basically just to go ahead and be clear. Be upfront about it. Make sure that people know where you are, what you're doing, and who you're doing it with. You know, I'm not saying that if you're just going to get your, like, midday bang on, people need to know that. But, yeah, just be aware of your surroundings. Be aware who you're doing it with. Regardless of what it is you're doing, just be aware of how their presence affects your life. If you're clocking into a job, that's not really a relationship anymore. That is an obligation, and that needs to change and shift.
Yep. So we took a turn to a little serious this week just because there's some stuff that we felt like you guys really need to be on the up and up about. But that has been our Too Weird topic of the day.
That's right. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and follow us on all of our social media. Thanks, you guys.